Good morning and welcome to the Elevate Renatus team call. Today is Fabulous Friday. It is January 8th. I am so excited to be here with you today. My name is Keely Austin. A couple of quick announcements before we get to our trainer today. So our quote of the day today is, never take your eyes off the cash flow because it's the lifeblood of business. I thought that was a fitting quote for our trainer today. So we have our dates for our Renatus National Conference. We have this every year and it's an absolute blast. Of course, normally we get to meet in person, but this year we're going to stay safe, have our national conference online. So the dates for that, March 18th through the 20th, 3 full days of fantastic training by our national leadership. So make sure that you're present for that. Shift is the theme, shifting higher into focused transformation. We also have our dates for a leaders retreat this year. We're going to be going to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. Super excited to see you all there. It's going to be a big hug fest. We have the dates August 13th through the 17th, 2021. And as I mentioned just a moment ago, our Founders Live, important meeting to be on each and every Monday. So that is Mondays at 4 p.m. on our Facebook page, the Renatus Founders Live Facebook page. We have our weekly private capital masterclass. That's every Thursday at 6 p.m. We also have our dream call, the daily real estate action mastermind. That's Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 9:45 Mountain Time. We also have our Zoom up call, which is Monday through Friday at noon. It's about 15 to 20 minutes. We get to hear different stories from across the nation of people reaching success with Renatus. Very, very important to get your guests in front of those Zoom up calls. We have a whole playlist. So in the case that you're not able to make it at noon for the live meeting, check out our YouTube channel, Elevate Renatus, and you'll find that there's a whole playlist of the Zoom up calls. There's at least 50 of them now. Just search for Elevate Renatus on YouTube, and you can also search for Zoom up, and you'll find all of those there. OES.com talks about the optional event subscription. There's a short video explaining how that supports Michael and the team. And also you can sign up for the OES there. So that is something that you definitely want to take advantage of if you haven't yet. Every week on Wednesday, we have a house tour. That's at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, where we get to do a virtual house tour of someone's property, someone's project. Those are a lot of fun, definitely a powerful exposure for your guests. And then we also have at 7 p.m. on Wednesdays, our AIT bonus track study group, and that's offered in Spanish. On Thursdays, so last night we had a really, really awesome Pillars of Wealth intro presentation. Michael's done a fantastic job at just working on improving it every single week, which I love about that. So on Thursdays at 7, we have our house tour, but that's offered in Spanish. And then we also have our follow-up and funding webinar onboarding session for newer students. We have an essential study group as well as multifamily wholesaling and short-term rental study groups. Our Facebook page is Renatus Team Elevate. You can find this live recording. Well, the live video is on now, of course, and then once it's done, you can catch the recording right after. And then we also have a lot of important announcements on that page. Plus you get to network with the team. So make sure you're part of the private Facebook page. And then I mentioned our YouTube channel a moment ago. That's where you can find the Zoom up calls as well as these recordings. Today is Fabulous Friday. We get to learn from the lovely Lily Puertas. And like a lot of us, Lily is a dreamer. Lily worked for Rich Dad Poor Dad for many years as a Spanish coach in Latin countries and became a real estate agent in 2006, where she helped hundreds and hundreds of families. Lily is from Peru and has been in Salt Lake City, Utah since 1996. And her dreams of financial freedom have really haunted her for years. And finally, because of Renatus, she has been able to really achieve those dreams and exceed those dreams. I'm super inspired by Lily because she's been able to create enough passive income to cover all of her expenses through what she's learned with Renatus, which is absolutely amazing. And now what Lily is focused on is building enough passive income to also cover all of the luxuries that she enjoys. So make sure to take good notes today. Lily has reached a lot of success with Renatus, and we're very fortunate to get to learn from her today. Good morning, Lily. How are you?
Good morning. Happy 2021, the first Friday of the year. Yay! Excited to start a new year. Well, I would like to share a screen. Let's see if I have access. Okay, hold on a second. You know, I'm still learning, this technology. I mean, I'm still learning and doing my best. Let's see if I can share with you. Okay, there we go. Well, hopefully everything goes okay according to plan. How you guys been doing? Excited like me? How you do? Oops, where's my screen? No, I don't have it, huh? Can you see
We
my
can
screen
we
now?
can see your PowerPoint. Yes.
Okay, good. It's my PowerPoint now. Okay, let's start then from the beginning. Think. Okay, let's see if it will help.
Slideshow.
Slideshow, huh? Slideshow here from the beginning. Makes sense now. Let's see. Oh, okay. 2021, let's make our best year ever. How we're all feeling? Are we still in the winter and an emotional winter that we have in 2020? Because what the world went through, sometimes we come with this feeling to this new year. And I know and feel sad for what happened. Some people lost their loved ones. Even you were perhaps through a difficult time. But we have to move on. We have to move on and embrace what is coming and learn from and be grateful for what we learned from what we had in the past. 2020 for me is actually 2020 was a difficult year in the way that I had to know things that I thought I'm gonna have to face. For instance, technology. For instance, Zooming. For instance, going through some stuff that I not that fantastic doing. But then I realized, when when you face challenges, you grow. So here we are, growing and growing and growing, and I'm still growing. So usually at this time of the year, we try to make some goals, start a new year. But some people tend to give up after a few months. And I wonder why. Why do you think people tend to give up after a few months? I think it's because they don't see any progress towards achieving their goals. They get tired, they feel down, and they just get discouraged. Like, I want to do this, I want to do that, and then maybe January passed, February passed by, and you don't feel like you're going anywhere. And guess what? You're going to your comfort area, comfort zone. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go back to my whatever 8 hours. Nothing wrong with that 8 hour job. Nothing wrong. What I'm saying is you cannot ever be rich or fulfill your financial goals with an 8 hour job. Um, but nothing wrong with it. But I mean, what you can do is keep your 8 hour job while you build your dreams, right? Like I did. Okay, so let me just actually let me see if I can. What if life? What was it? What if life is always happening for you and not to you? So how many times we feel like, oh my goodness, I didn't make any money, I lost my job, I the whatever it is, I have bad health, I had COVID, whatever. Okay, whatever is happening to you, what if it's happening for us to grow, as I said before, to grow and to get the best version of ourselves. If we see from that perspective, perhaps we can see things better. We can I know. I felt that I had COVID. I mean, I have to admit that financially was great because real estate was great and will continue doing great. So then, but also was the attitude towards the bad stuff that was happening in my family's life and people that I loved around, was the attitude that I embraced this. Okay, let's see. Now, I want to just today, I want to share what has been working for me. Okay. First, we have to identify why. Why we want to achieve this thing or that thing. Why? What is my dream? How do I see myself in 5 years, in 3 years, in 2 years? How do I see myself? So, and there's several areas that we're going to, well, I usually work with 6 areas, but I want to say this: a dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal broken into steps becomes a plan. A plan backed by action becomes a reality, right? So there's a kind of a science in all doing these things so we can be successful at achieving our goals. Also, I want to you guys heard this take action, just do it. Sometimes we want to have everything perfect. My plan has to be perfect. Well, doesn't that happen that way? For instance, let me just tell you real quick. I do 6 categories, okay, but I haven't done all of them yet. I'm working right now on the money part and my health, but I haven't structured yet the other ones. But I don't have to do all of it to start doing it, and that's what I want to share with you. Sometimes takes time, to structure what is your final goal for money or for health, and what plan action you're gonna take, what things you're gonna do on a daily basis to achieve your weekly goal, then your monthly goal, therefore your yearly goal. And yeah, takes time. That's what I usually do. For instance, let me just break down this a little bit for you. Um, Dane Clark on Monday, he talked about this as well, like no more than 9 brands, no more than 9 categories, but I choose 6 for now. I used to do only 3, but I choose 6 for now. And so what I do, talking about money, let's say money, let's say I want to make 250 or 300K a year. So then I have to understand, if I want to make 300K a year, what exactly I need to do at least a month. So I go and divide 300K into 12. Let's say that. How much will it be? 300K into 12 is 25. So I need to make at least 25K a year, a month. Then if I want to 25K, what activities I'm going to do to make that goal? I can choose fix and flip. I can choose wholesaling. I can choose the easiest way, marketing with Renatas, like two combos and one wholesaling, or I don't know. So what I'm saying is, if I want to do that, if I want to do 2 combos, let's say 2 combos, how many people I need to contact every week? Or how many one-on-ones I need to do? And if I'm going to make to sell 2 combos, maybe I need to have 3 or 4 one-on-ones a week. To have 3 or 4 one-on-ones a week, how many people I need to contact every day, right? And let's say I'm going to contact 20 people every day. I can, and how many hours I'm going to do. Let's say I set aside 2 hours a day to contact 20 people. If you call someone and they don't answer, that doesn't count. Don't leave a message either. So only counts the person that you really talk to. Or if you want to use the social media, which is not that effective when you just texting or messaging, it's not that effective like when you talk to people, but it still counts. If they respond to you, it still counts. But and then use whatever you are good to. For instance, these days a lot of people are getting good at social media, and therefore they're using like a little videos, or a lot of they pay for this service that they sponsor things in Facebook. Excuse me, on Facebook, sponsor in Facebook. So then people sees you a lot about what you're doing. So find the thing that you like the most. Find the thing that you think is more effective. Also, measure your thing. Well, I'm going to talk about that in a moment, how you can measure your goals and make sure that what you're doing is working. So for me, well, that's an example of what you can do when you start working on your goals. Health, for me, health is so important. It's very, very important. Relationships, how I can grow with the relation with my spouse, my kids, my mom, my relatives, my friends around. How can I improve that? Then spiritual basically is, with the connection with higher being, with my high power, with my God. personal development, I usually have thinking about how I can grow, what seminars I'm going to attend that will let me grow. So far, I already registered for one with Tony Robbins at the end of January. I invited to all of you if you want to do it. It's right now free, but then of course you can go to paid ones, which are better. And I mean, find something that really inspires you, to makes you grow. And self fulfillment is something that for me, well, I mean, everyone has different ways to feel fulfilled. For me, it's just working on a charity organization, something that the less fortunate people, especially kids or elder people, and they don't have the capacity or the means, I can do help somehow. So it makes me feel good. Makes me feel good. So then I want to do things that makes me feel good. As I said, I'm not getting any younger, and I need to do something like again, get to one point where you don't work because you have to, you work because you want to. And having the passive income helps a lot. Like Kelly said, I work hard to get this passive income, but actually wasn't that harder. I mean, was hard, but I'm gonna tell you how I make it easier in the last 3 years. Okay, let's see if I have the other one. Hold on. I truly believe in the power of your mind. I truly believe that you train yourself here, you can do a lot of things. Therefore, I'm going to share the miracle morning. Perhaps all of you heard about this, the miracle morning. Look at that. Look at the sun right now. It's rising, and be grateful for the things we see, we feel, That's one of the first things that if we want to ask to the universe for our goals, we have to start with a grateful mindset, be grateful. So, A Morning Miracle is a book perhaps you have read already. I read it like a while ago, but I put it in practice. I've been putting it in practice for the last 2 or 3 years. And consistency is the key. Okay. Sometimes I wake up really excited and I'm doing all of this, and the next day maybe I won't. But then I catch up the next day, and the following day and the following day. That's fine, that's fine. Don't give up when you don't do as you plan. Remember, try as possible, plan your work and work your plan. Okay. So it's been said that there's 2 moments a day where your unconscious mind naturally opens itself. When is it? When you wake up and when you're falling asleep. Okay. So that's why the miracle morning works, because when you're waking up, you are not like that awake yet. So you can start doing your things, your affirmations, your visualization, uh, like here. Okay. So, or when you also falling asleep. Um, when I fall asleep, I only see it. I don't I don't talk because I'm falling asleep, but I start looking or visualizing what are part of my goals when I'm falling asleep. So savers, savers. So have you heard this? But if you haven't, savers is gonna save your life somehow. So S is for silence. Like what exactly silence could be? It can be any meditation time, any yoga time, any time to think, any prayer to the high power, whatever. It's a time for you, a moment for you. Then you go with your affirmations. But hello, well, let me back up a little bit. I do this when I already know where are my goals. I know this when I know where are my dreams. I know. I mean, this is after I already set up my goals, or I know where I want to go. So then I go with my affirmations. Affirmations. If At the very beginning you feel weird. I mean, talking loud about things that you want to be. Um, I usually affirm things that I want to be, things I want to have. That's what I do. But at the very beginning was weird. I remember I was working for this real estate company, and we used to meet at 7 a.m. every day. Okay. We used to meet at 7 a.m. and everyone was like yelling aloud, like about these goals and their dreams. I was like, oh gosh, what am I? This is kind of crazy people here. But guess what? After 3 months, I was there also yelling myself. I mean, talking aloud about my affirmations. And then I realized that is what I needed. Of course, now they're in my house. And the thing is, the more you do it, the more you believe it, the more you feel it, right? Let's say an example. This is an easy one. It's an easy one because let's say I don't feel beautiful. Let's say I feel ugly. So then I see in the mirror and say, Lily, you are beautiful. And they're like, really? My mindset is maybe will doubt it. But the more I say it, the more I see it, the more I feel it, you know? Or Lily or Keely, wherever, whoever, or Kim, Sheldon, you are capable of doing things. You're smart. So I usually see that. I that's what I do in front of the mirror. And the more I do it, the more I believe it. As I said, affirmations only works when you believe it, when you feel it, you know? So when I started working in my passive income, the very beginning, I was doing only $400 a month. And I was like, how am I gonna grow at least to 4,000 a month? Oh, will take me 10 houses, 10 more houses. What will happen? And then I start putting in my affirmations the amount that I want to make a month. And I started with 1,200. And I was like, will do it? Will I do it? I was scared, but I was doing it and I got it. And then I doubled that. And I tripled that. So I was trying to think, can I really make this money? But I was believing it. Well, believe that yes, my passive income. I put in my visualization. I also put my numbers, my houses, rented. Not even my houses, but I mean, I found on the internet some houses, and I put rent and a passive income. So I use my affirmations with my voice, with my energy, and then I use visualization with a vision board. We all know where's a vision board. So then we use all of our senses somehow combined to make things happen. It doesn't mean like, oh, I'm gonna just sit and things are gonna happen for me. No, because I'm gonna work towards that. I'm gonna work to make that happen. But with this, makes easier the way it seems like the universe is putting the stuff for you, so for you to find it because you're believing in that. And as I said, I'm a truly believer that my mind works. Same with other stuff in my life. I've been working uh, very hard. And perhaps I haven't put much attention on my health. That's why this year I'm gonna work my savers towards my health emotionally, mentally, physically. I want to be really fit. I want to be the best version of myself, healthy wise. So as I said, visualization is the same thing. Like it was said on Wednesday, put your vision board in a high traffic where you see it all the time you know when you see it all the time. Put pictures that really impacted you. Let's say in the money category, you put let's say you want to make 100K or 200, whatever you want to make, put the amount there. Okay, so put your checking account. Actually, just be creative. I usually put my checking account and I just write down the amount that I want to have in my checking account. So I'm like, really, this is what I have in my checking account? Or I usually put my mortgage pay down or the amount that I want to owe to the things. I don't know if you guys know, but last year I bought me the car of my dreams. I'm so excited. I thought I will never. Initially, I wanted to have a white car, and I put a white car in my vision board. And I got a white car. It was a Nissan, but that's okay. I'm not a white car, nice car. But then I thought, I want to have a different car. And in 2 years ago, no, 2019, I went to um, Vancouver, Canada, and I rented a Porsche, white. Oh my goodness, it was the most wonderful experience that I had. And then it came to my mind, why can't I have a Porsche? Well, yeah, I want to have a Porsche, but I didn't have the means yet. And I have other things prior to my to this dream or wish or goal. But guess what? Last year I bought me a Porsche, and the best part is it was all cash. And I was like, we all can do it. It's not just me. We all can do it. But also keep in mind that the reason that I did this is because let me just turn on the blinds real quick. Much better. Okay. The reason also that I bought this is because tax, what do you call bonus auto depreciation. And so as 1099s, we have to pay taxes, like, I mean, more taxes than W-2s. So that's why we have these fantastic classes from Mark Kohler. So I contact Mark Kohler in November and tell him my story. Okay, this is what I made in 2020. What will be my starting? And he told me about this opportunity. Hey, why don't you buy a car and you can use the whole amount that you spend in the car and bonus depreciation if you fulfill these requirements. Great. So that's what I did. A worst scenario, I can get only 18K credit, which is already a lot, or I can get the full amount. Has to be 6 pounds at least in weight, and has to be used for your work. Well, the work, not for your for what you do. Let's say if I'm a realtor, I can just use the car 100% just for my job. So yeah, I wanted to share with you that why was that? Because was in my visualization, was in my affirmations, was there. Okay, was a white car. I mean, I didn't put the brand, but it was a white car. Then let's see. Kelly, if you have any questions, let me know. Okay. Then exercise. This is so important to um, align our body with our mind, and then and do it on a regular basis. Take care of your body. Eat healthy food. That's what I put in my visualization. A healthy food, exercise, whatever you like. I mean, walk outside, do your jogging or whatever fits for you, but do it. Do something to to make the blood run around your body more often. Then reading. Reading is the other part, like read good books. Or in my case, I listen. I am a better listener, so I do audiobooks. So choose a book and listen it or read it, and that will inspire you. That will make you a better person. That will give you ideas. That will make you more creative. And scribing is also like writing. I mean, there's several ways, but the way I've been doing it is try to keep a journal. Well, actually, not a journal. It's just a paper where I usually write my goals. But before I write my goals, I write what am I grateful for. What am I grateful for every day? And since at the very beginning, when I started this activity, I only thought about 3 or 4 things, and I have a list of 20. I was like, I mean, already, what else am I grateful for? But then the more you do it, the more you feel more grateful. I mean, even grateful because you're able to see, to feel, to smell. I mean, anything. When you are in this grateful mode, now you're prepared to be in the asking mode. In the asking mode, what do you want? What are your goals? What do you want to achieve in 5 years or this year or in life? What is your goal? So then those grateful and asking, they're kind of as sisters. Okay, so I hope you're taking notes on this. If you heard this, good. If you haven't done it, then it's time to take action. And as I said, like Michael said once, if you haven't done it, you don't know it. So let's take action. Okay, let's see. Next one. As I said before, part of the affirmations comes to this. Live and feel like your goal is already achieved. Okay, when you are doing your affirmations, make it in a present time. I have this. I am this. No, I'm going to. So let's say I have a healthy body. Maybe I don't have it right now, but that's what I want to believe. And I'm making 100K if that's your goal. I don't working anymore. I work because I want to, not because I have to. Stuff like you want to say it and believe it, and it's like you're living your dreams right now. One thing I start working on is, I really like the beach, the ocean. I haven't fulfilled my goal is have a house in front of a beach yet. Eventually I will, because I keep saying it and saying it. So I see and I feel the sand, I feel the breeze. I can touch the water when I'm doing my affirmations, you know? So eventually this will happen. So also celebrate each step accomplished, because when you're doing something even small and you, oh yeah, I did this, fantastic. Let's say, for instance, I have one of my plan action is make 2 hours every day for 5 days to do my money making activities, where usually is contacting people. So and I have like a goal to make 20, okay, and 20 contacts a day. And Monday I got 10, and I go, because I've been calling, no one answering, and some people take more longer time when you talk. And I mean, when in the conversation, and I said, you know what? Good job, Lily. At least 10. You did 10. It's good. It's a good start. It's a good start. Don't get discouraged. And then next day, I won't do the same thing and the same thing. So then celebrate each step. If you want to make 5 contacts a day, that's fine. Whatever is your goal, just do it. The other thing is, you have to understand, your time available. If this is your part time, or that is your part time, of course you don't have all the time. You have to perhaps not minimize. Instead of 20 contacts, you can make 5 contacts, and that's the other reason why people sometimes fail, and they say like, you know what, this is not working. So then, therefore, I'm going to share with you the other part, which is called, and already maybe you already heard about this. It's called SMART goals. SMART goals, like like let's make realistic goals based on your reality. If you work 8 hours, you only have 4 hours to build your dreams. Just work with those 4 hours, and those 4 hours has a lot of things that you have to do. Maybe those 4 hours you want to read, take your classes, contact people, look for houses, whatever is what you want to do. So then be specific. I mean, put specific goals, measurable goals, attainable goals, relevant and time bound. So I want to talk about a little bit. For instance, if you say, I want to have money, well, money, well, here's $1, $2 or $3. You have to say how much. You have to say what, who, when, where, which, why, everything. I mean, who do I want to be? Or what exactly I want to get. So they have to be very, very specific. Then measurable, what metrics are you going to use to determine if you're meeting your goals? If like I said before, if I want to make my contacts, how many people I'm going to call, something I can measure. How am I growing? If you put a goal that you cannot track if it's growing, you will give up easily. Okay, so whatever is your goal, make sure it's specific and it's measurable, that you can, if it's your health, and depends if you want to lose weight or you want to improve your immune system. I mean, go to the doctor and say, hey, am I going on my blood levels? How are they doing? Oh, they're improving. So this is something that you can measure. Attainable is another one. Attainable is a big one, because sometimes we make only right now, let's say 25K a year, and we want to jump to 200K a year. And I think I'm not saying it's possible. It is possible, but the chances are not that 100%. So when you don't get it, then you will feel frustrated. Like, oh gosh, it's not working. No, but you have to go. I mean, make sure that what is the time that you have available to attain your goal. What skills do you have to do what you want to do? What time available? What attitude you have? And if you don't have it right now, you can certainly change, right? Maybe time not yet, because you have a job, but then you can train on have better skills, better attitude towards a goal. So let's say I want to sell more combos, but I'm not a good salesperson, I don't have those skills. Then my first thing is be trained how to contact people effectively, right? And then once I got those trainings, then perhaps now I'm going to start contacting people in a more effective way. So yeah, think of that, attainable. And also your goals, as I said, I usually encourage people to try to double your income. So if you make 50, say 100. If you make 100, make it 200. And it happens. So what I'm exactly I'm going to make an extra 100K a year? What I'm going to do, you know? Um, and I don't know. I mean, perhaps because the way I say it all the time. Last year I was like a June or July, and I haven't achieved my financial goals. And my mind said, "Yeah, it's COVID. You know, everyone is not doing well." And I want to convince myself that that's okay that I'm not meeting my goals. But they say, "No, I have goals to achieve." And I was repeating and saying my affirmations. And when the doors were opening for me, and I got this client, another deal here, another deal there. So I accomplished my goals at the end. So, but you have to believe it that you can make it happen. Relevant, it has to be aligned with your end goal. So you don't get distracted with other things. Your goal, let's say, uh, if your goal is to achieve this amount of money. I'm talking about money, but I mean, there's other areas too that you can work on. But you have a passion. Let's say I want to open yoga class. I mean, because let's say I'm passionate about it, but right now that's not aligned with my financial goals. Maybe I don't have. I will do that, but later. But right now, I have to do goals to fulfill my end goal. Okay, don't get distracted, and of course time bound. Basically, have to put a time. You have to put a time on your goal. It's not like, oh, one day I'll have it, one day I'll have it. I know there's bigger goals. You can dream big and then put a small goals to achieve those dreams. Like Dane said, on your vision board, some people have like two vision boards, your dreams, and others have a vision board for that have to be achieved within 3 months. You can do that too. It's more attainable, more measurable, but keep in mind your big goals, your dreams. um, do we have any questions up to this point, Keely?
No, just Connie says, thank you, Lily. This was an awesome training. She's excited to get this started today. So I just think everyone's loving it and taking notes.
Okay, thank you. Well, I wanted to mention that yes, we'll really will. I know when we go from 2020 to 2021, seems like it is a different year, but things have not changed. It's like the stuff is about, we can think it's still the same. Like someone told me, well, COVID has not changed. We still have political issues. Yeah, it's true. But for me, it's kind of a start again, kind of reset. So I can reset it again. And I think that energy that comes with a new year allows to start all over again and have faith in us. That's very important, that we can have faith in ourselves. That's what I'm saying. Like work on, read or listen good books. Listen to rather yourself with people that is making more than you, that are living a better life than you, so you can have a new environment, and you can say, oh, those dreams are attainable. I can do it too. I can do it too. I want to mention this experience. um, when I came to this country, perhaps I mentioned this. I didn't know what to do. I mean, especially my English, and I had a child, so I have a few hours to work. And the first work that I had was helping this lady cleaning houses. I have to admit it, I didn't like it, but that's what I had at that time. And we were cleaning this big house, this huge house, and I was thinking, oh my goodness, I mean, how can I ever had a house like this? Maybe, nah, impossible. It's impossible. And when it was a few weeks before Christmas, in an event, I found the owner of the house, and she said, "Your face is familiar," but I knew who she was. I knew who she was, and I said, "Yeah." And yeah, so it feels familiar too. I think you don't remember me, but I was cleaning your house like 25 years ago. And she's like, oh my goodness, yeah, I remember you now. And but now we were sitting at the same table, the investors' tables. And I was like, I'm not saying like I don't want to brag about it. It's just if your dreams are big, you can certainly have things. And and now, well, my house is bigger than her house. I mean, I'm saying like I wanted that. It's just happened. So you can achieve goals if you dream big enough. Okay. Then remember, you're in charge. Don't let disappointment defeat you. Let it drive you. Don't let disappointment defeat you. And there's going to be a lot of disappointments when we're trying to market Renatos. But it's not for everyone. I mean, some people will say yes, people may say no, but that's okay. Be happy with what you're doing. Identify your problems, but give your power and energy to solutions. Okay. Identify your problem, but give your power and energy to solutions. Um, One thing I'm doing, and I don't know if it will work for you or not, but I'm using a lot. I'm gonna work a lot on marketing myself, brand myself. I've been doing it in the past, and I will continue doing it this year as well. Where I usually put my the houses that I fixed or seller finance or short-term rentals, whatever is the strategy, and I want to just pay for this service, of course, in social media, so I can people can see what I'm doing. So what I'm doing this, so people will contact me about this, you know, and I'm gonna just make sure if that is working. We meet with the team once a month to see if what we're doing is working, and what is not working, we remove it, basically. So do whatever is best for you, do whatever you feel good about. If you feel good calling people, do it. If you feel people calls you, that's what I do this branding myself, so people can call me instead of me. I will continue calling people, but I know sometimes we're not ready for rejection when people say no, I'm not interested, whatever they say. So I'm going to combine my contacts with branding myself. Okay. And finally, remember, 2021 will be your best year ever, but it's up to you. It's in your mind. So if you believe it, it will happen. 2021 will be your best year ever. One thing also want you to remember, today is the best day of the rest of your life. It's a new beginning. Again, every day, a new beginning. Bring your best. Focus on things that you can control. Start away from news. Only focus on things that you can control, that you can make it happen. Be the person that makes things happen. And we all can do it. I know we all can do it. And you can make it a greater year, a greater world, and a greater you. So yeah, thanks, Keely, and hopefully everyone can take notes and make this happen.
That was an incredible training, and it's just so perfect for the beginning of the year.
Yes, that was awesome, Lily. Thank you so much.
Thanks for putting that together for us. I think you finished right on time too. We have our ATM starting at the top of the hour. So I'll give everyone a couple minutes to go run to the bathroom, get some coffee, whatever you want to do before our ATM starts. So we'll go ahead and get this wrapped up. Thanks, Lily.
You're welcome. Have a great week.
And everyone who's on the we'll see you there.
Thank you, Keely.
You're welcome.